Peace and love. My name is Jewel, and we're going to do a quick Lenormand reading for the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, as we head into to see what Spirit wants us to be as we head into the new year. I'll be using the old style Lenormand and the Oracle deck by the same creator, Alexander Ray. I'm going to pull a couple of cards from them, and then I'll pull cards from my Crystal Oracle at the end to see what crystal energy we can use as we head into the new year. Spirit, what messages do you have for us as we head to the new year, as we work towards our healing, growth, abundance, all those beautiful things? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Most High Energy. Thank you, ancestors. Giving thanks for life. All right. What messages do you have for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio as we head into the new year? Where should our focus be? We have the bear, the birds, and the cross, the moon, the sun, the tower, the clover, the fish, and the stork. Beautiful reading, beautiful energy. The child. New beginnings here with a new commitment. Could be a contract for work. Anytime we're dealing with the ring, we're dealing with contracts. For some, it could be a relationship as well that will eventually lead to marriage here with the ring. But whatever it is, it's taking some time here with the mountain. You can still be in the process of moving in this direction. You haven't seen it yet because we have the mountain, which can obscure the sight of it. You know what I'm saying? It's hidden. And the mountain also deals with things that move slowly. So let's see what other energies we have. And I'm just healing up from being a little ill. So I have my tea with me. I might take a sip. We'll pull a couple of these now. And then we'll pull maybe two more at the end, and then our crystal card. Spirit, tell me about this new beginning here. This is a beautiful energy out on the table. We have lots of movement here, lots of growth, lots of changes happening. All right, so cave. And then the bridge. Beautiful energy. And then liberation on the bottom. Wonderful. Liberation due to things that you have created. Seeds that you have planted here with the oak. Strong foundations. Powerful here with this energy. Being yourself with that nymph energy. Liberation. Childlike energy. New beginnings. Freedom. New connections. New opportunities. If you want them, right? Because we read the cards, but we have to understand that we play a role in them. So Spirit is saying, let's look at the sun right here in the middle. We have this energy of enlightenment, positivity, success. But it makes me think about this cave. Maybe we've had to go. Let's bring the mountain out as well. Maybe things have taken time. Maybe we haven't seen things move as quickly as we wanted them to. Maybe the vision has always been there, but seeing that vision, it's been difficult. The energy of the cave, going within, going into a period of meditating on something, taking your time, trying to understand something, planning things out, maybe going in silence for a bit, maybe being in the darkness for a little bit with this cave energy. Spirit is saying that you're ready to come out of that energy now. You've been able to gain that knowledge and that insight because we have the sun here along with the moon, which deals with intuition, also deals with success in Lenormand. We've been able to go into that cave and do whatever was needed to be done to bring about this energy of the sun, which is enlightenment, which is understanding the vision forward. And Spirit is saying that we're ready to walk across that bridge into a new idea for ourselves, a new vision, in a new way of living, right? So at the top, we have the bear. Let's look at that. So the bear deals with things that have been, um, that have taken time. The bear also deals with many things. Businesses that you want to create for yourself, all right? Money that you've saved up, ideas that you've saved up. So the idea for me is the bear goes into hibernation, is able to hoard it for the right reasons, save those resources to be used at a later date. So spirit is saying that you've taken the time, that could be the cave here as well. You've gone in, you've done the planning, you've done some of the work that maybe has been hidden from others. Spirit is saying that you're ready to show that now with the sun. And so something that you've worked on for a long time, there's going to be some communication and movement forward with that's destined. Also, for some of us, our foundations, our spiritual work, our spiritual purpose resides in communicating with in a spiritual manner, right? Our guides. So you want to make sure that they are accompanying us on our journey as we move forward, that we're keeping them at the forefront of all that we do. So we have destined communications coming in with the birds and the cross. Let's look at the bear, the moon, and the clover. So something that you've worked on, also making sure that we're nurturing ourselves. The bear and the moon as well. Making sure that we're sleeping at night, that we're caring for our bodies at night, nurturing our bodies, which means that we're getting rest, all right? That's going to bring about happiness and more of a lightness with the clover energy. Spirit is just letting me know that that's important for you to understand. Making sure that you're resting your body as well as you're moving in towards a new beginning, coming out of this cave-like energy, walking across this bridge. But Spirit is saying that whatever you've created here, you've been guided to do it with the moon. It's going to bring about a major success with the moon energy. And it also brings about a lightness with the clover and happiness. The clover deals with happiness. The idea of a four-leaf clover too, this is not a four, this is just a three, but things that are spontaneous. So you go from a period of not moving here with the mountain, going within with that cave, to all of a sudden things being enlightened and things moving forward quite quickly. All right, we can't see that now because that mountain is still there, but the spirit is saying that energy is there for us as well. Because we have the fish and we have the stork. Those are powerful energies that deal with movement. So something that you've created, something that you've taken your time with, is extremely successful. For one, it's because you've been guided to do it with the moon. You've used your intuition to create something that's extremely beautiful here with the clover. And needed as well with the clover energy. Let's see. The moon, the sun, and the tower. So we want to make sure that we're balancing the masculine and the feminine side of ourselves. That's the idea of movement, all right, with our ideas, creating, but also making sure that we have time to rest the body as well and to go within with the cave energy. So you have to have a balance of both of those things in order to bring whatever this is you want to bring into light. Spirit is saying that we're heavily protected right now with the tower, but also that this, whatever this creation is, and it'll bring about balance in your life, but it's also going to bring about a promotion, a spiritual promotion, if we want to think about it like that. The idea of ascension or moving into a new level spiritually. For some of us, moving to a new level that's been destined for you. It could be financial, if we want to think about the practical sense. So some of us, businesses that will have, this will be a successful year if you have your own business. If you're working towards a new vision for yourself, you're going to find protection and success with that if you follow through and continue to nurture it, right, with the bear. The clover, the fish, and the stork. So happiness, moving forward, lots of changes. Lots of changes here with the flow, with the fish. Maybe things weren't moving at first with that mountain energy, but you're going to start to see more flow in your life, right? The fish deals with financial. So for some of us, we can start seeing more abundance when it comes to our money with the fish. For some of us, it's just the abundance of creativity, the ideas that can propel us forward, all right? So maybe not necessarily the tangible in that sense, but moving our lives forward with what we can create. Spirit is saying that there's going to be lots of changes. The start for me is not just a small change, monumental changes that are able to take us from one part of our life story to another. All right, creating a whole new life story, creating a whole new vision is the energy of the stork. Birthing something new is the energy of the stork. The birds, the sun, and the fish, communication coming in that brings about enlightenment on how to move your life forward. Who's the information going to come from? Um, Ultimately, it comes from you, because we have this person going into this cave. Now, they could be going in to talk with someone. I mean, that's always an idea. But, my idea, they're going in there to talk with themselves. So ultimately, the communication is coming from yourself, your higher self, because we have the moon here. So you know what you need to do to bring about this change in your life. So you want to think about those things. What have I been nurturing? What have I been putting my love into? Maybe those things have been hidden by the mountain, those desires that you have for yourself, that you're not bringing them to the light here with the sun, but they've been hidden in the cave, right? They've been hidden and blocked by that mountain, but you know inherently what they are, because it's intuition working, or at play here on the cards or on the table with the moon. So you want to start looking at that information, those little small bits and hints with the childlike energy. And the child deals with things that are small, taking something that's small and turning it into something that's extremely big. All right, so those small things that you think might be um, minuscule or not important, they are. So we want to make sure that we're utilizing that information and taking those things and adding it to the blueprint so that we can have an understanding where spirit wants us to go when it comes to our purpose and our creativity. The cross, the tower, and the stork, destined promotions, spiritual promotions, promotions here in the physical realm, right? That'll bring about major changes in our lives. Things that you think might be small that could be really powerful, and that can really propel your dreams forward right now. There's so much beautiful energy out here on this table. These cards are speaking a beautiful language right now. There is work that needs to be done here with the cave and the bridge. We haven't crossed the bridge yet. Some of us are still in this phase where we're analyzing and going within and trying to figure out what spirit has in store for us, or what our guides want for us. There's nothing wrong with that. The enlightenment will come with the sun. It's here. It's saying it's here. If it hasn't been brought to light, it will be, because we're allowing our intuition to guide us. We're nurturing our bodies. We are sleeping and caring for ourselves at night. We're communicating with our ancestors in the spiritual realm, right? All that stuff is out here for us. Let's get two more cards and see. Some of us need to mend fences with other people as well. We need to cross a bridge and meet up with someone, maybe from the past, have a deep conversation. I don't know, that came to me as well. That's just for some. Some of us need to connect with others more as well with the bridge. You've been in a period of isolation for too long with this cave energy. All this beautiful and bright energy comes along with trust and faith. My Libra Gemini, the air sign reading was similar in a way of us coming out of some of these darker energies and heading out into the light. When we head out into the light, we have to greet people. We can't always be alone. And so not keeping our ideas to ourselves in the cave, hidden deep and dark behind, in this cave, in the crevices somewhere, or hidden behind the mountain. Just because we can't see that brightness that comes with the sun doesn't mean it's not there.
So we want to make sure that we are open to sharing ourselves with others, open to coming out of this cave and walking across the bridge and bringing about this energy so that others can be a part of it. That's how it moves forward. But you have to find it first. Nothing wrong with going into the cave, but you're going to have to eventually come out. That's there as well. All right, Spirit, what else do you have for us? Take you. So the sword and shield, you are heavily protected right now, no matter what you think. All right. I find that with Lenormand, not just Lenormand, it's not even about that. With readings, when you have beautiful things, beautiful cards out here talking to us, it's a wonderful energy. But it might not be where we feel like we are at the time. And that's the way it is. Because Spirit wants to let us know that this is where we want to be. And so we want to work towards that energy that we want, right? And so the idea of the sword and shield saying that we're protected, but also the armor. You want to make sure that you're able to come out of this cave and walk across this bridge and that you can put your armor, you can put your guard down. You have to be able to put your guard down. Why can we do that? Because we're guided here with the moon. Because we have powerful and light, and we have the spirit, the gift of being enlightened here with the sun. Let's not discount our spiritual gifts. It's a spiritual gift here. We also are guided by a spiritual team with the cross. Even if we've experienced burdens in the past with that cross energy, if we're going through something difficult with that cross energy, Spirit is saying that we have those gifts of enlightenment, of an intuition. So the protection is there. We give thanks for that. But also, we have to move into a space where we're able to remove some of that armor. The reading that I did on my other channel talks about that. My Sunday Soul session that I just did, we talk about removing the armor. So it's a lot going on with that right now where we're hiding ourselves. And it's understandable because the world right now is extremely strange and difficult and angry. Angry world, angry people, dealing with nasty people. They don't know. Some of them know they're nasty, and some of them are ignorant. A lot of them are ignorant, but it doesn't discount them. It doesn't discount their behavior. They're not excused, but we're still dealing with those type of people. And then sanctuary, right? I love that energy. Monkey, being playful here with the child energy, but also knowing that we have to be aware of our surroundings. This cat is in a state of peace, and this monkey is ready to play a trick on it. So being aware of trickster energy that might be around us, having to go within in that cave to see who we're dealing with, the type of people that we're dealing with, the type of environments that we're in, all those things need to be analyzed in this cave energy. Moving towards sanctuary. But this is giving me another energy with this because we're talking about the cave. We've already gone into the cave. For this particular energy, this person, this figure, the cave is their sanctuary. You see how they're walking in there. They're confident going into that cave. They want to go in there. They'll be in there for a long time. It's the hermit energy. The same thing with the sanctuary. The sanctuary, you feel safe there. But sometimes to create something bold, to create something life-changing, to create something beautiful, yes, we want to be able to retreat. We have the energy of the moon that's going inward. That's the sanctuary. But we also have to be able to interact with the sun. We have to come out. And so it's a balance of the cave-like energy, the sanctuary, being within and going out. You don't want to always stay in that safe space where you keep things hidden and you keep things just between you and your walls. You have to come out of the sanctuary to share the gift in order for it to bring about the sun energy to be enlightened. Enlightenment for yourself and enlightenment for others, right? So you're protected inside your home. We're thankful for that. But you're protected as you move outside of your home as well. You have your home to retreat to. And for some of us, if you do not have a safe space to retreat to, that's what you're working on this year. It can be your sanctuary when it comes to your physical home, in your work life, relationships, all of those things. That's what we're fighting for with the sword and shield. We're fighting for a sanctuary. So it depends upon who you are and what your story might be. Let's see what crystal energy we have for us. We have, as we move into the year, as we are walking across this bridge, sharing ourselves with others. One card for us, Spirit. Thank you. How do we get across this bridge? How do we bring about this rapid change in our life with the stork energy? How do we flow with the fish and bring about abundance with the fish? How do we allow ourselves to be confident with our intuition and to trust our gifts with the sun? Spirit is saying things take time. We have the moon cycles. We are protected. I'm not going to pull these ones, but I just want to show them. Things take time. All right, so be patient with the moon cycles. This is also giving me energy of making sure that you're resting at night and you're sleeping so that you can get those intuitive hits that come in the dream space. Those dreams and spirit talking with you. We want to make sure that we know that we are protected. Spirit says so. But that also we're protecting ourselves from energy like this that, can be harmful, can be playful in some ways, but can be harmful. You have to know the difference. Also, same thing with the sword and shield. We're protecting ourselves. That's how we can bring about abundance, all right? That allows our creativity to flow when we're sleeping at night, all right? When we're protecting our spaces, making sure that we're dealing with the right people. And then when we trust and know that we're protected by spirit. But let's get one card. Let's get one crystal. All right, peace, selenite. Beautiful energy. We have it on the table. This hermit-like figure, he's looking for peace. The sanctuary, we're looking for peace. All right, we all want it. Selenite also deals with cleansing. So we want to make sure that we're cleansing our environments. We've talked about that. And we're moving towards peace. But that's how we move towards peace. Don't forget that you're protected, right? But don't let the idea of peace and only wanting peace keep you from walking across the bridge and dealing with things that you might not want to deal with. But those things bring about lessons and ultimately are a part of your journey and a healing that can show you your way forward. That sun energy. I love peace. I want peace as well. Peace is in the sanctuary. But peace is always the end goal, obviously. But I think sometimes we can want peace so much that we're not willing to try. And we're not willing to let our guard down. And we're not willing to go forward with things that we know will bring about success with the bear card. Things that we've nurtured and that we've put time and effort into. Things that are important to us that mean the bear card, it means something to you. Whatever you've created, whatever you over the years, whatever that is, you know what it is. All right? It's going to bring about peace to know that you're doing it. All right? So that's the peace that we want. The peace that comes from operating as you, operating as yourself, operating in your truthfulness. That's the true peace. But we don't want peace to the point where we are isolating ourselves and we're not experiencing life. So let's kind of understand the difference between the two. All right. That's it. We'll be back again for a mid-reading. Hopefully this is the beginnings of me getting back on track. And I recently moved, so I'm in a new space now. I'm feeling good. And we'll see. If you like the reading, please consider liking and subscribing. It'll help me grow. And until next time, peace. Love you.